Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday, December 16th, and we have the one game championship game here today. Like I said, I'm not really the biggest fan of it, but it should be a good one. We've got the Spurs and the Knicks. As normal, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it. And like I said, we have been seeing you guys liking the video on the last couple. So, like I said, it does not go unnoticed. So thank you for that. And also hit that subscribe button. About 60% of you guys are now not subscribed. So if you guys can help us out, help yourself out, some free lineup advice videos for you guys, hit that subscribe button. Fanduel, DraftKings, and Price Picks is what we will be breaking down for you guys. So Fanduel was interesting last night. We actually had a pretty good core. We had everybody, but unfortunately, we had the one dude that didn't play. We had Kevin Love over there on Fanduel. I was gonna go Taylor Hendricks, but I just Love's been playing for like 2 weeks straight, so I didn't think they would sit him. But of course they do. You know, but anyway, yeah, we had a really good lineup. We had, Leonard, we had Ryan Newmar, we had all the main guys that you needed. And speaking of that, like I said, DK wasn't too bad for us last night. Like I said, we avoided Love in most of the lineups, and look how we did. So we'd love for you guys to come join us on DK or FanDuel. Like I said, overall, we're still doing really good. FanDuel was slightly down last night just because of Love. If we would have had him in there, we would have probably cashed everywhere easily. So, but yeah, I think we still scored like a 275, 280, 285 or so, still with Kevin Love, without Kevin Love. So I think we easily could have got over 300, 315. So, but besides that, if you guys want to get in on premium, would love to have you. Like I said, DraftKings or FanDuel, $6 day pass per site, and $30 monthly as well per site. And if you guys do want to do a combo, we can definitely make a deal. And but yeah, if you want to get in, check us out on Twitter. They'll be in the comment section below. Click that link right there. We'll take you right to our Twitter. Give us a follow, and we'll get you guys all set up. And also, if you guys do not have Twitter, no worries. We have our email as well down there in the comment section. Message us. We'll get you guys set up as well. All right, so we got the one gamer today. I usually don't do breakdowns for these because there's only 9 players, but we'll try to do as best as we can here. So we got, like I said, San Antonio and New York here in this one, 233.5 and a 2.5 spread by New York. I think this is in Vegas again, so it's going to be a neutral site for them. Let's go look at San Antonio, and we'll go look at the New York defense. So as you can see, for the most part, New York's not bad of a defense. They have won 5 straight. They are a fast-paced team, just like San Antonio is. Shooting guard, they struggle quite a bit at, so guys like Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, 3.5 three-pointers given up per game to the shooting guard position. So that is definitely one spot you can look at. Small forwards, also, New York gives up 3.5 three-pointers per game. But besides that, they're kind of the middle of the road against everything center position. 53.3 field goal percentage, 13.6 rebounds. So the big question here is, it's strategy, of course, on this one gamer. Do you put in Victor? Do you not put him in there? If you're doing 2 or 3 lineups, I don't think you put in Victor at all in your MVP spot. I would have him still in your utility. People won last time out with Victor in the utility spot. He's probably still going to be limited. I do expect his minutes to jump up, especially in this championship game. I know they want to limit him, but this is kind of a primetime game here, so I wouldn't be surprised if they push him 25 to 26 minutes. But he is coming from a calf injury, so also you don't want to push him that much. But he's still at 39, had 5 turnovers, so he still had about 43, 44 fantasy points. So I like him, but I don't know if you can go MVP with him. If you're doing multi-mass center, then yeah, for sure I would have him in your MVP spots in a couple, and that's what people are going to do tonight. As you see, New York's really good against point guards, so I don't mind Fox, but not really in a captain spot. Stephon Castle's more of your shooting guard here. I don't mind looking at him. As I said, they do give up 3.5 three-pointers per game. And if you put Stephon Castle in there in your MVP spot, that definitely gives you a lot of room to get other good players in there, right? Because if you go get Victor, you're going to have to go get some of these bench players like Clarkson, and you don't know if they're going to go off. So I do like Stephon Castle. If you are doing it this way, we'll do a little San Antonio build here real quick. Like I said, I think Devin Vassell as well. I know you don't want a ton of guards, but he's more of a small forward, quote unquote. But really don't mind him. Luke Cornett has value on the slate, but I don't think I need to go there. Harper's in a good spot, but I think for me, one or two max Antonio guys, you can go the third one if you need to, but I just say you go Victor. But that's a little GPP. But I really do like stacking New York more in this game. I think I was high on San Antonio last time, but I think this could be more of a New York stack tonight with a couple San Antonio guys put in there. I get San Antonio's a good team. They just beat OKC, but I don't know. I just think it's gonna be the New York tonight. I mean, I got it right last time. I told you guys San Antonio was gonna beat them. So, but in my utility spots, Castle, Vassell, Dylan Harper are my main guys to look at. If you need to go a little bit cheaper in your utility, Julian Champagny is probably going to be your main guy. Even with Victor back, he still had 26 minutes. Yeah, he didn't do good on the fantasy points, but main thing you want to look at is the minutes. His minutes did not get affected. Guys like Keldon Johnson got massively affected. So this is one dude you can look at in tournaments. He only played 13 minutes. Nobody's going to be on him. So if you're playing, like I said, multi-mass center, I would have a little bit of Keldon Johnson in your lineup. Same thing with Luke Cornett. I'm not going to have him in my main lineups at all, but if he gets you 18, 19 fantasy points, he's only $3,000. So you guys got to keep that in mind. And that's if you're spinning up for Victor or Towns or something like that at the MVP spot. So, but yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. Castle, Vassell, Harper, and Julian Champagny are probably my main guys to be looking at for the Spurs, along with Victor. Let's go look at the New York side of things for you guys real quick. All right, there we go. So as you see, San Antonio, they do struggle against point guards and shooting guards. Middle of the road against centers, but like I said, Victor is back, so that's a little deceiving. But as you can see, point guard, shooting guard, they struggle 3.5 respectively, given up to the 3-point area for each position. And also the assist numbers are pretty high as well, and they steal quite a bit on the point guard position. So your main guy to be looking at in your MVP cash games has got to be Brunson. He's only 12.8. He's a lot. Sorry, no, he's not. There he is. He's 19 too, but he is cheaper than Towns and Victor on this one. So if you're going cashy, Brunson's probably your safest pick. He's probably going to get you about 45 to 50 in this one, and and after that, like I said, you could really load up on the Knicks side if you want to. If you're doing like a Knicks stack as well. Shooting guard, like I don't mind looking at guys like Mikal Bridges. I don't even mind looking at Mikal Bridges in the MVP spot in a couple situations. I think he can get you about 35 to 38, and if you go put him in there instead of Brunson, that really opens up a lot. That only 11,000, so that literally lets you have almost all the starting guys that you want to on either side. So Bridges is one guy that I would really look at in my MVP spot, but I think you can put all these guys in there. I mean, Hart's all right, but Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, I really do like those three. Rotating them as your MVP, and then obviously Towns as well. I just think Towns could have a slight issue here with Victor. He's not going to be playing the whole game, obviously, but I mean Towns is fine if you want to get off Brunson, but Brunson is a little bit cheaper. But both those guys are really good options. But then we get down to, Clarkson, Mitchell Robertson, these guys, like, what do you want to do with these dudes? Mitchell Robertson has been really good in very limited minutes, but then, like I said, you got Victor. I could see this, two ways. Towns gets into foul trouble a little early, and then Mitchell Robertson has to come in and guard the big dog, Victor. And, Mitchell Robertson is a little bit better defender than Towns. So we'll see what they do. I don't mind Mitchell Robertson in tournaments. And then, like I said, you got Clarkson and Tyler Kolek. These guys are fighting for minutes right now. Once again, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy goes and has a good game and wins a tournament, but he's been really, really, really bad. But Tyler Kolek, he's more of a driving guard, he's kind of like a TJ McConnell, kind of what I've seen. So he's just not getting enough minutes yet, but he could always be worth a look. But once again, I don't think you need to go that way. I think if you have a well balanced, rounded team, I think you're going to be fine tonight. But like I said, in a couple, if you're playing a lot, make sure to have a couple of these guys just in case they do go off. But yeah, that's what we got going on. So let's kind of go build you guys something, I guess. We'll see what we can do. 78. All right. Go something like that. That gives you what 9,200 left to go get a Castle. Castle shouldn't be in a bad spot. I think my projections like him tonight. I mean, he still had 22.6 rebounds, but he had 6 turnovers. So this is another guy you could put in the MVP spot that maybe not a lot of people are going to have. But I would take Castle over Fox in the MVP spot if that's the way you're going to go. So, I mean, there's a lineup for you. I feel like a lot of people are going to have that one. Brunson, Town, Champagny, Mikal Bridges, OG, and Castle. You know, the only person I'm really not getting to in this one is Victor, but I am getting to Towns instead. And then the only guy I'm getting off the bench is Champagny, but he's getting 25 plus minutes. Um, so that's kind of what you can look at. And like I said, you can spend up for Victor Towns if you need to. But like I said, if you go really cheap, down to Mikal Bridges, there's just so many different ways of doing it. So, um, do you need to spin up for the big guys MVP spot? No. Definitely still do it if you're doing multiple lineups for sure. Let's go get Castle. It's just, yeah, you don't even need to get Champagne in this one. You go OG if you want to, and that just, like I said, it opens up so much for you guys. Like I said, you can go Towns if you want, and then you're gonna have to go down a little bit. You got Devin Vassell, or you can, mess around with a little bit. But Mikal Bridges opens things up quite a bit as well. So that's kind of what we got going on for you guys. Like I said, I'm targeting more New York in this one. MVPs for, like I said, for San Antonio, Stephon Castle and some GPPs, and obviously Victor as well. New York main guys I'm looking at MVP spot is Brunson, Bridges, Towns, and OG, and kind of just mixing them in with that kind of group of people. So, once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, guys. If you guys want to get in on premium, would love to have you a $6 day pass for Fanduel or DraftKings. Like I said, DraftKings been popping off recently, so why not come join us? Less than a cup of coffee for day pass. Twitter will be in the comment section below. Click that link right there, follow us, and we'll get you guys all set up. Or if you guys have any more questions, or just have questions about the slate, we'll definitely love to answer those. And we have our email as well down there if you guys don't have Twitter. All right, thanks for watching. We appreciate it, guys, and we'll see you guys here in the next one.